What's up, everyone? This video we're looking at the 4-game Tuesday slate. It is starting at 8 o'clock, so we get an extra hour. We also have a bunch of injury news that we're going to need, especially from the Pelicans side, but try to break it down as best we can. So let's get into it. You can drop a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. So the Pelicans still going to need some injury news, like Lonzo Ball is questionable, Frank Jackson's questionable, Brandon Ingram's questionable. They're the three big ones. Now we know Favors is out and Okafor is doubtful, so you can expect him to miss. And then on the Suns here, Rubio had back spasms and he got scratched Monday. So we'll see. Sometimes that can be a one-day thing. Other times it can be like a couple games. So we'll get more clarity on that in the morning, hopefully. But we're going to break it down like I said. At point guard here, LeBron James is 11-1. We definitely could have the value by the time this slate's over from the Pelicans that we can fit him in there. But as of now, I kind of do like going down a little bit to like Lillard and Holiday and Booker range. Lillard at 9,200 facing off against the Pelicans. Super appealing. You know, he's basically playing 39 minutes a night. He is dominating the usage rate, 30+% usage rate. This matchup is amazing. Pelicans play no defense whatsoever. Opponents are averaging 120 points against them, which is just insane. The Blazers get a big-time pace bump. We'll get a bunch more extra possessions here with the way the Pelicans play. And the fact that this is in New Orleans makes me feel pretty good that this game will stay competitive. Just 92 is where Lillard should be. He's probably a bit underpriced given the matchup. At shooting guard, I don't mind going right to Drew Holiday at 8,800. He's been playing much better as of late without Lonzo, without Ingram. He just has to do it all. Offensively, he's been really more aggressive with the assists, scoring, rebounding. He's taken a bunch more shots. He's taken 20-plus shots in 3 of 4 games, which is great to see. He's still a little bit streaky, like you see an 0 of 7 and an 0 of 5 sandwich between 2 great shooting games from 3. But this matchup, I expect him and Lillard to go back and forth a little bit. And Holiday's our best chance to keep this game competitive. And at 8,800, he's been playing 36, 37 minutes as of late. Still at a good price point where he can pay off a salary, especially if Ingram is out and if Lonzo misses again. So we're going to need some more injury news. We're definitely going to need the injury statuses of those two before we can make some decisions. But as of now, I think Lillard and Holiday make for a great plays just because they're priced pretty solidly, and this game I expect it to go off on the slate. Definitely my favorite game stack of the 4 games. At small forward here, I think if Ingram is in, then he makes for a nice play just because the price tag is down 7,200 after he was like 8K before he got hurt, and he was playing great basketball before he got hurt too. So as long as he's not like on a minutes limit, I think he would be a nice play. Gallinari, 65, not interested really against the Lakers. Really good defense. We have better spots to go. Oubre is interesting. If Rubio misses, we'll get more usage there. And Draymond's decent option. But another value play I like is 4,500 for Dylan Brooks. He had a bad game last time out against Denver. But before that, he had 3 straight 30-plus point games. I expect him to get back to that. Price tag is down $600. So, when he's back in this 4,500 range is when I jump on. I don't really play him when he's like over 5K. Just because he is still at this price point, he can definitely put up 30-plus. He's not going to be popular with the other value that we have. And, the matchup is great. The Warriors are terrible defensively. They have a couple of the worst defenses going at it. So on this 4-gamer, you should expect a lot of points scored. Especially for this game and for the Pelicans game, 2 of the worst defenses in the league going, facing off tonight. So I like Brooks here, 4,500. The Grizzlies play super fast. They have a bunch of young. They're a completely different team than they were years ago. They have lots of young players. They play fast. So they play super fast. The Pelicans play super fast. I think focusing on these couple games is a decent option. Is a decent way to go on this 4-gamer. At power forward here, we know that we're going to get some value on the Pelicans at this position. So start off with Nicolo Melli, 4,400. Price tag's gone up a little bit, but he's still at a point where he can pay off a 4,400 salary. Without Favors, without Okafor, most likely there are just 2 guys left in the front court, unless they play like two real guys left in the front court. I mean, Kenrich Williams does play the 4, but he's not really a guy that you want defending like 7-footers. Melli, 4,400. As long as he's going to see his 25 minutes, if those guys are out again, it'll be interesting just because the matchup is great. Any team that's faced off against the Blazers, if you put a power forward against them, they've just dominated. Ever since Zach Collins has been out with his injury, they just haven't been able to stop, especially been able to stop bigs and especially power forwards. At center here, Hassan Whiteside, one of my favorite plays of the night, 6,300. He will be able to abuse Jackson Hayes down low. Jackson Hayes is really, really raw. Whiteside, much stronger than him, has probably 20 plus pounds on him as well. He'll be able to get down low, back his way into the paint, and just do whatever he wants. So I like him. I'm expecting 40 plus points. If he doesn't get me 40 fantasy points, I will be kind of disappointed. And we're finally seeing Whiteside play more minutes. Like he's top 30 plus minutes in 4 or 5 games. So we know Whiteside, the only thing for his entire career has been minutes. If he gets minutes, he's super productive. And he's still priced way too low. So 6,300 for Whiteside. Fire him up. And then speaking of Jackson Hayes, I will still be interested in him at 4,900 just because they're going to need a guy to defend Whiteside. They don't have any other option. I mean, they basically have Hayes and they have Melli, and Melli's he's not a defender. He will get destroyed even worse than Hayes will. As long as Hayes stays out of foul trouble, I was still expecting to see 32 to 34 minutes here. Yeah, had a double-double his first, last time out. Could see similar kind of fantasy points at 4,900. He's basically averaged a point per minute, so give him 32 to 34 minutes, and you're getting 6 to 7x return. So that's what I like for Draftkings. On Fanduel, it's kind of the same story, like in the same kind of teams, the same players. Point guard here, you don't have, you have Lillard, and then it drops off a bit to Ja Morant. Definitely love Lillard in this game environment. I think you could have one of his 60-plus fantasy point scores tonight. Just will have a bunch more extra shots to go around with the extra possessions, and such a big pace bump that you got to be interested here. No defense whatsoever. And then I don't mind going right back to Drew Holiday at shooting guard. Just go back and forth with these two guys. Could see some of that action tonight. Holiday's been playing great as of late, seeing 36, 37, 38 minutes. And he's always been a good permanent guy, and he's been racking up assists, and he's been rebounding a little better as of late. So those things are all great. Great signs for Holiday at 9K. And then I'm going to pay up for LeBron, probably at 12,000 here, mainly because if Ingram misses, then there's nobody else to pay up for. I mean, it drops off from 12K to 6,700 if Ingram's out. And LeBron's been playing great basketball, and we're probably definitely going to have the value to pay up for him with the Pelicans, and then maybe the Suns' value as well if Rubio misses. So don't mind paying 12K for LeBron James on FanDuel whatsoever. And then power forward and center, go back to my value plays from the Pelicans. Melli, 44, great play on FanDuel, especially just looking at the position under 5K. There's really not a lot of viable options. You have 51 for Kaminsky, 42 for Noel, then you get Chris, Gal. Just nobody's appealing. So 4,400 for Melli. We'll get minutes in the front court with all the injuries. And he's a good shooter. And really, like I said, power forwards have kind of destroyed the Blazers. They've been terrible against power forwards this year, especially since Collins has been hurt. So I like him here. We'll definitely have a size advantage over whoever he faces off at power forward. And then center, Jackson Hayes, just because he's 4,800. Expecting him to play 30-plus minutes. He's even a better play on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings because you get extra points for blocks and steals. And he's cheaper as well, $100 cheaper. So I think Hayes sticks out at center. If you want to go up a little bit, then Whiteside is a little less appealing because he's 8,200. Probably just go down to Hayes at 48. But I still like Whiteside just because I expected him to put up 40-plus fantasy points. And there's not a lot. I think Hayes and Whiteside are the two clear options, and then maybe Valanciunas. And don't hate Baines, although he always seems to get into foul trouble. But that's kind of what I'm liking for FanDuel, and this is what I like for DraftKings. So like I said, I will update when we get some of the Pelicans news and the Suns news. So you can follow me on Twitter at the DFS process for that. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You can like the video if you enjoyed, and good luck tonight.